Welcome to the Fresh Squeeze podcast. I am three midgets in a trench coat.
How's it going, three midgets in a trench coat? I am Jason. And we're coming not live, but still kind of in a live format.
Yeah, you got something on the back of your head down there.
It's crazy where you can fit people in these days.
Absolutely. Okay, so I think we had a little minor discussion earlier that you were a little interested in what I know about the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. I personally have played all of them from Morrowind and later. I would say that Morrowind, I did get to the end, but at that time that I played it, I was rather young, and I will not lie, I used some cheat codes to end up killing the last boss or whatever. But
no shame. We all did. Dagother is not someone to fuck with, I promise you. Dagother is he ranks personally very high on my top bosses of all time in video games, period.
Yeah.
Not just the Elder Scrolls, but like he's up there with Ganondorf, Bowser. As far as his reach is concerned, he has very limited of that because he was former Chimer. Chimer were turned into what is known today as the Dunmer, the Dark Elves, by Azura, when the Living Tribunal ascended to become gods themselves. You know, you've got your Almalexia, you've got your Sotasil, and you've got your Vivek. Vivek is known for being a, I don't know if this word is proper, but...
kind of an aristocrat. I remember that big Vivek city.
No, he wasn't really an aristocrat. He was actually a philosopher, kind of like along the same lines as Confucius. He wrote the 36 Lessons of Vivek. They were all means of achieving Kim, which Kim, C-H-I-M, which is basically the ability to transfer Aetherius into yourself to achieve godhood. Now, Vivek was a hermaphrodite, born with both sets of genitals, eventually was married to Molag Bal, cut off his dick, and turned his dick into a spear that he then killed Indoril Niravar with. Indoril Niravar, as if you follow the lore of the game, Morrowind, you would know Indoril Niravar is the character to whom the Niravarine is a rebirth of. So, yeah, there's that. But anyway, you had mentioned something about Vivek and how he was aristocratic. Not at all. He cast aside all material goods.
Well, the thing that I have a question on then is that in the cities, and granted, I'll just say that a lot of my interest, and we can get to this later. Obviously, I want to keep going on this thread here, but so I'm more interested kind of more in the technical aspects of the Elder Scrolls series, because there's a lot to be said there too. But that being said, I remember there was various different wings that you could go into, and all of them were heavily guarded. And I remember seeing like these various NPCs that seemed to be impoverished and were essentially kind of living in this city for the sake of kind of being in this philosophy, right? And like it seemed to me kind of like the philosophy was being used as kind of a tool of power. Am I getting anywhere with that, or
not really? Vivek was truly the most self-aware of the Living Tribunal in a sense. He knew he had this power. He did not want to use it for personal gain, more so to spread it among the masses. He wanted to be equal to the gods, not above them. And as the theologies in the Elder Scrolls will tell you, the more followers a god has, the more power they have. He wanted to achieve followers so he could spread the word without actually speaking. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to use his deific power to spread the word of Kim to everyone and everything about, including the plants, which part of that is assumed to be how the Hist came to be. The Hist being the spirit trees that are lauded as gods to the Argonians. And the Argonians themselves are, it's supposed that they originally came from the Dreg race, which are basically anthropomorphic mud crabs.
Yeah.
Now,
I fought quite a bit of Dreg.
Yes. Yeah, of
and there's a whole armor set, isn't there?
They're kind of staples in Morrowind, but I don't think there's a Dreg armor set. There might be. I cannot remember. I know there's a Chitin armor set, which is made from Dreg Chitin. I think.
Okay.
I think. Once again, don't call me on it. I know a lot about the series, but Morrowind's a little fuzzy because there's a lot of reading and no voice acting.
I wasn't saying, specifically in Morrowind. I was saying just in the series, I thought there was like a Dreg armor or a Chitin armor or whatever.
That could very well be. That could very well be. But anyway, there was a leader of the Dreg called the Ruddy Man that Vivek fought. Not knowing that this Ruddy Man was actually Molag Bal, hence their very first meeting. He fought the Ruddy Man lost. Possibly. That much is not really explicit, whether Vivek won or lost, or Molag Bal gave up, gave him the victory. I don't know.
Did he rip off his head and shit down his neck?
He did not, but he did cut off his dick and use it as a spear.
Wow.
As previously explained.
I mean, that's... obviously what you should do. I mean,
yeah.
Given the options, cutting your dick off and using it as a spear.
When you forcibly marry somebody, I think you have that right to use their dick as a spear.
I'm just saying, literally grab anything else that looks like a spear before cutting your dick off. I'm just saying.
It seems like too much work.
Is he just doing it for show? He's just so like, look, I'm serious about this. I'm literally going to cut my dick off and use it as a spear to kill you. Like, that's just going over the top.
His own dick off. Vivek cut Molag Bal's dick off.
Oh, okay. I thought he cut his own dick off.
And then fashioned it into a spear. Yeah. I think...
that actually is pretty cool, because then he's just all like, haha, I'm killing with your own dick.
He didn't actually kill Molag Bal with it, being that Molag Bal is still alive. Cannot be killed outside of his own ethereal realm of oblivion.
I thought that Mehrunes' dagger could kill anybody.
Mehrunes' Dagon, yes. He can kill just about anybody.
His dagger.
Mehrunes' Dagon.
Okay.
Yeah. But he is the Daedric Prince of Destruction, Cruelty, and Vengeance. He can kill just about anybody that falls within his sphere of influence, in that if somebody,
only in Oblivion,
say a warlord, wants to destroy an entire village, he would fall into Mehrunes' Dagon's sphere, thereby making him susceptible to Mehrunes' Dagon's fury. Now, that's an entirely different option here, but and don't worry, I'm going somewhere with this, but when Molag Bal married Vivek, he sired children with him. Those children were supposedly what would become the Dreg that we know in Morrowind times.
So you're saying they were ugly as fuck? Like they were just...
No, they were crab people.
Yeah, I'm just saying there was no like cutesy party for these kids. It's not like... Did he have a baby shower? Did he have a crab shower?
It was more... It was a baby shower in the way that a bukkake is a baby shower.
Okay.
Yeah. Just saying. But anyway, on to third era, or sorry, late second era, when the tribunal was in power. As you were saying, Dagoth began his assault on the Red Mountain to try to claim the heart of Lorkhan for his very own, to power up a second Numidium, to wipe out all of the Imperials, the entire empire from Vardenfell, and claim the island for himself.
Was he going to kill all of them with that one guy's dick?
No.
Okay.
Different person.
That would be... I'm just saying that after that weapon has been made, it's kind of necessary that like all true heroes or there should just be always a fight over who controls that dick weapon, in my opinion.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, yes. First of all, bragging rights.
Well, yeah.
You say your dick's bigger than mine. Well, mine's a spear, bro.
Yeah. That'd be interesting if it could morph between being like hard and spear-like and floppy, so you could just like noodle somebody.
You could use it as a morning star, but it's a dick. Yeah, it would be that'd be pretty good.
But you can't have everything. You can't have everything.
Of course not. Why would you?
Anyway, sorry. Enough of the dicks. Keep on with Marin's or Dagothur, excuse me.
Yeah, Dagothur was trying to empower the second Numidium. Now, what the Numidium is literally a dwarven construct. Basically, one of the Jaegers from Pacific Rim, if you're familiar with Pacific Rim.
Like
okay,
the
Gundam.
Robot, like
Gundam.
The robot. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a Gundam
yeah,
made of steel and stone. That is being powered by what is assumed to be the heart of a dead god. Lorcan, however, is the it is the snow elf representation of Shor. Shor is the Norse god who rules the Valhalla equivalent known as Sovngarde. So it all ties into Skyrim. Everybody knows that Sovngarde is where you go when you die if you are a good Nord, a good little Nord boy. But yeah, anyway, the Numidium. The first Numidium was the object of the quest in the Elder Scrolls Arena, where the Warp in the West takes place. Warp in the West is called a dragon break, which basically means it's a branching path, it's a moral choice system, it's multiple endings. However, the dragon break is used as basically a plot device to make it so that further sequels to the game that take place in the future can make sense of possible branching endings.
Yeah.
So, like, none of them are canon and all of them are canon at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep. But the Numidium was owned originally by tonal architect Kagranak when he created the Wraithguard, Sunder, and Keening.
So you're talking about a god who liked doing architect stuff.
Well, he wasn't a god. Kagranak was one of the Dwemer. He was Dwemer tonal architect. Okay. Yeah, he used sound and music to create things. But when he created this Numidium, that was shortly before all the dwarves just disappeared. They just poof, gone.
Right.
And excuse me. But that's where Ismir Wolfhearth comes in as well, because he was known as the Underking. But then there was another one called Zurin Arctis, also known as the Underking. People think it may have been the same person, but that is neither here nor there, not explicitly explained. Still kind of like, maybe not. Either way. One of the monarchs during the time of the first Numidium, Baron Zaya, Dunmer Queen, Baron Zaya. You might have heard about her in the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, the Crown of Baron Zaya, where you find all those pink gems throughout the game. The No Stone Unturned quest.
I don't remember that specifically.
Okay, well, at one point during the game, you find a strange gem. You show it to a member of the Thieves Guild who's like, oh, hey, that's a piece of an old hat. Go find the rest and I'll give you money. There's more to it than that, obviously, but it's the Crown of Baron Zaya. Now, Baron Zaya was known pretty much for being a whore.
Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty. Anyway, you were saying?
That happens. Okay, where did I leave off? Baron Zaya did not ever wield the spear dick. No. Or henceforth should be called Dick Spear, honestly.
Yeah. I'm just saying that would even fit her personality, right?
Kinda, yeah.
So, like, I'm kind of surprised that she did not go after this, presumably a powerful weapon that, is also something that she seeks out otherwise.
Well, sure, it's presumably powerful, but I don't think it has any inherent power other than being really sharp.
Oh, okay. So
I could be wrong, though, but there's precious little actually known about it.
Very little?
Yeah.
So you're saying...
I'd imagine it was very big, but...
Okay, I was going to say it. might be saying something. I mean, it might not have been that big of a spear. Just
man, I'm going to be perfectly frank with you here. You are a walking "that's what she said" joke. Just going to say it. Walking, talking, that's what she said phrasing. If you're a fan of Archer, but anyway, this Queen Baronziah, like I said, she fucked her way into the Thieves Guild in Riften in the late second era. So here's the thing, though: the guy she slept with, he was a Khajiit, and as you know, Khajiit are cat people. His name is Theris, and it was assumed that she actually got pregnant by him.
What?
But what really bugs me about that?
Hold on. You're telling me that like a cat got a woman pregnant?
Not an actual cat. You know what a cat is?
Oh, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, they're kind of like cats, you know, like they're saying that the cat is getting. Is that even a thing?
I mean, it's.
I've got to look this shit up.
Okay,
I've got to look this shit up.
Go ahead. It doesn't matter. But either way, it brings up a lot of questions in the Elder Scrolls community. Does Theris have a barbed dick?
I mean,
did he cut the inside of that dark elf pussy up?
Oh, hey, it's definitely.
Well,
hold on.
But don't take my word for it.
I think that you're going to want to see this.
What? What'd you find?
I think that you're going to want to see this.
Come on, man.
Hold on. I got to switch screens. Just so.
I swear to God, if this is porn.
My cat got me pregnant. My story animated. Do you have it pulled up?
Hold up.
I'm going to show it to you.
Just a fucking minute, dude. Say that again?
I'm just telling you what the video is.
No. Tell me what it's called again.
My cat got me pregnant. My story animated. This is my story. I can't even make this up, dude. I can't even make this up, man.
Okay.
Oh, man. Would it be?
I raged.
Hey, is it going to be a Khajiit?
For the simple fact that I am 100% curious as to what it is, but I hate myself for that.
I agree. I also feel like I just need to know what's going on here. So let's see what this is.
Hello there. My name is Amber, and I'm 19 years old.
Hi, Amber.
I want to talk about how my cat ended up causing me to get pregnant. I know that sounds really out there.
That is very different from the title.
Yeah,
that's very misleading.
I agree.
That's very misleading. Either way, still.
Let's give it a little bit here.
But I promise you, it makes more sense if you keep listening. It's a bit of a crazy tale, but in the end, I think you'll understand why I made such a preposterous claim.
A tale because
I want to first tell the slightly crazy tale of my mother first, as unfortunate events seem to run in the family. For quite a long time, she was with a man named Jack. She absolutely was in love with Jack ever since high school, and they dated all through high school, and even a few years after that. My mother got a tip from one of her friends, however, that he was seeing someone else on the side. After another tip-off about another woman at his home, she walked in on him with another woman. Needless to say, she dumped him on the spot. Now, the friend who tipped her off, his name was Mark. Mark and Jack had been close friends as well, so that was why he was able to find out about him seeing another woman. Mark was very kind to her, and consoled her through the sadness she felt at finding out Jack betrayed her. It wasn't too long before they were both dating instead. Jack long forgotten by both of them. They were together for over 2 years, and they never had any problems together. Neither of them cheated on the other, they never fought or had arguments. It all seemed perfect. It was so perfect, in fact, that they wound up getting married. It seemed like my mother had found the perfect guy after her fallout with her cheating boyfriend. Things were never that perfect, however, and neither of them could have predicted what a jaded lover could do when scorned. Jack had started to plan a way to destroy their relationship in petty jealousness. My mother was at home one day, cleaning and doing other stay-at-home wife duties. when she got a call on her phone.
Here pretty soon.
That call was from Jack. Yeah. And she nearly hung up on him when she heard his voice. But he pleaded with her to listen to him.
Recipe for the best mold cider you ever had. When I was a child living in Idaho.
He made
You ever notice that just kind of seems to be the thing now?
Yeah.
Whenever you want to tell a recipe to somebody on the internet, you have to bring up some overly long story about your childhood.
You're just like, before I let you know about these cheese potatoes, let me tell you about my cat and how it got me pregnant. But first, the first 10 seconds of the video, I'll tell you a more specific phrase that if it was the thumbnail, I never would have clicked on this video.
So that's how I ended up with an anus full of whipped cream. Anyway, here's the recipe for my cider.
Yeah, it's like, dang, dude, that took a tangent, but
it did.
Are we done with this cat video? I think we've got trolled a little bit.
Well, I mean, kind of, yes.
Yeah.
As soon as we started the video, it immediately straight up told us that the title was misleading.
Yeah. But I just had to know if a Khajiit's getting it on with a Breton, say. I feel pretty confident that in that world, it could be possible. But
very possible, yes. However, when Khajiit procreate, it is according to the moon phases.
Here, let me switch screens real quick.
Okay. But yeah, when Khajiit procreate, it's based on the moon phases. Like if it's in a waning crescent, a Khajiit that you see on 2 legs with another Khajiit on 2 legs could give birth to a Khajiit on 4 legs. Or it could give birth to another kind of Khajiit that looks human except for ears. You know, the cat girl, the anime cat girl.
Well, they didn't really have those very much in the world that I saw. They were just Khajiit, and there was not really any hybrid.
That's deeper lore. You know? That's deeper lore. It's not really even hybrid. It's they're all just straight up Khajiit. But it's just based on the moon phase that they were born under. To really decide what they look like. Some of them just look like straight up tigers. Like they're noticeable in the ESO. I didn't actually play a lot of ESO myself. I got into it a little bit, but
I played a fair amount.
It just didn't tickle my fancy like I felt like it would. But if you go to elsewhere in Elder Scrolls Online, you'll see that there are some Khajiit that walk on 4 legs and just look like tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the life of me, I can't remember what any of the offshoots are called. Oh, hey, look, a house. But
nice house, bro.
Yeah, nice house, bro. Is your name Rusty Shackelford? Which that reminds me.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Are you trying to do a Peter Griffin impression or an Australian?
I was just doing a whatever came out of my mouth at that moment impression.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah, that's a lot better impression.
But that noise I made a moment ago, it made me think of a thought that I had in my head when I was at work a couple of days ago. I got to thinking to myself, like, I was watching YouTube videos from, it was either, no, it couldn't have been SNL, it was Mad TV. You know who Will Sasso is, right?
Maybe if I saw his face. Let me look it up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Will Sasso. Yeah, I've seen him before. Yep.
Yeah, on one of his segments on Mad TV, he was doing an impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger. But he was hamming the fuck out of it. It was like, "Hi, my name is Arnold. Wow, I'm in this movie. Wow, about twins and clones. Wow," and he was just making that noise a bunch of times.
Let me see if I can find this real quick.
It's actually pretty fucking funny. But his video where he makes fun of Steven Seagal is even better. Like he plays Seagal perfectly.
Yeah, the Seagal skits are just freaking hilarious.
Yeah, but
so here
I thought to myself, before you get into that, I thought to myself, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a relatively articulate guy. He has to be, because he's a politician. He has to be able to actually speak without the verbal blunders like that. But if you just look at him, you can tell he totally goes "Wah" when nobody's looking. Just "Wah." Arnold. And
you got the baby. You got the baby, and you changed the diaper.
Change the diaper. Yeah, but I can't help but get the mental image that if he goes back to Austria, like everybody around him lauds him like, oh, you're bringing so much positive reinforcement to our home country.
Right.
But seriously, Austria. What's this shit that you do? Like when he goes back there, he's the only one from Austria in history that has ever talked like that. Ever.
Oh, man.
Like that idea just makes me giggle so happily. This is actually really funny.
Hello, E. Welcome to my new movie. In my last hit movie, The Sixth Day, I was cloned. I had to get back my stolen identity. In the super big hit movie, Total Recall, I was in the future, and I had to get back my stolen identity. And then my super smash hit, Eraser, I had to help Venus Williams get back a stolen identity. So now, the new movie is called Stolen Identity. Because stolen identity movies make so much money at the box office.
That doesn't even look like him. He's got like a mask or something on.
He's wearing like a prosthetic. It looks nothing like Arnie, but at the same time, he's owning that voice.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch screens.
But
so, yeah.
See what I'm saying though.
The thing I wanted to talk a little bit about the technical aspects of Elder Scrolls that I thought were
all right.
I guess pretty interesting is what you know about Skywind, right?
Oh yeah.
So the thing that I found very interesting about that whole entire project wasn't necessarily the project in and of itself, but the reasoning behind it and the criticisms of Bethesda, like specifically if you look back at Morrowind, there was actually a lot of allotted like game space that essentially were never used. And essentially like if you look at kind of the older design documents, there was a much larger scale world that they were going to originally put into that game. And they ended up going with a much smaller, more compact version, which really didn't adequately represent that particular world in comparison to, like if you go to that same zone right now in ESO, for example.
Right.
So I
far more sprawling, I'd imagine.
Right. And really, if you think about it too, there's also, a number of criticisms about essentially kind of like Oblivion in the same sense, because they did the exact same thing in that whole entire process too, where they granted, it's a good game, and I think they did a good job, but I didn't back then follow games the same way that I do these days. And essentially like the same thing that we're seeing today kind of did happen with these, seen as successful games of the past. It's just there wasn't as much coverage on these little blunders that have insane amounts of coverage these days. So like if you release a game and it, isn't exactly what you promised, what was the magazine? Let's be honest, like there wasn't even a show. Like there was just magazines that you could get that would be like a paid off review or something like that, or you had to just kind of risk it. There was a PC mag, and then there was like the console based kind of review magazines, but beyond that, like
Former and whatnot.
Right. So
Jason, if we're being honest here, if you release a half-assed game that was nowhere near what you promised it was going to be, you got Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I agree. I mean, you've got Fallout 76. You've got...
Well, Fallout 76 was doomed from the start. It was not necessarily something that was released with hollow promises or anything like that.
Oh, my... Yes,
they got a little too big for their britches in that they made promises that they couldn't keep, not so much that they wouldn't keep.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Whereas Cyberpunk 2077 had all the technological advancements. It had all of the ability. It had all of CD Projekt Red behind it. CD Projekt Red, as you know, I'm sure, responsible for The Witcher Part 3, Witcher Part 2, not Witcher 1. That one was another company. I can't remember what it's called at this point. But the second and third Witcher games, as well as Gwent, all those other games, all done by CD Projekt Red. They have amazing technology. They have incredible story writers. They have everything you need to make a class act, top of the line game. But they took Cyberpunk 2077 and they're like, oh, you guys have been waiting for this for a really long time? Here, take it. I know half the disc is missing. Shut up. What the fuck do you want from us?
So, I mean, this is where I'm going to kind of go out on a thing here about like kind of the video game industry a bit.
Yeah.
But I do want to loop it back a little bit to Elder Scrolls and that series, because I think a lot of these kind of mirror that, but this is kind of a, like with Bethesda, it's a, bigger kind of in the public eye. But I feel like in general, the gaming industry has switched gears so many times that really it's hard to kind of get an idea of what somebody says when they say they're a gamer specifically. Because I know many people right now that they say that they're a gamer and they just like play like Candy Crush and shit. And I'm just saying, technically, I guess you could technically say that you're a gamer by doing that, but
you're veering dangerously close to gatekeeping territory here.
I guess that, but I'm just saying that there's a huge aspect and swath of types of games.
Absolutely.
I mean, technically, somebody that word is so broad, it's almost useless, is what I'm getting at.
Well,
I mean, you could call a chess player a gamer or something.
People every single day of your life, Monopoly, and you could call yourself a gamer.
Yeah,
it's a game. Right. That's what it is.
Right.
The only game I would argue this doesn't apply to is Fortnite, because fuck Fortnite. Just saying.
This guy giving me some shit about gatekeeping.
I know. I'm just saying fuck Fortnite.
Yeah, I can't get into
literally any other game. I would say I have similar feelings, but not to the same degree about the Call of Duty franchise, because it is trite, it is uninspired, and it is garbage. Every single year, they give you a big old folder right out of their computer with new gun skins and new maps and call it a new game.
Yeah.
But these punk asses who buy nothing but Monster Energy drinks and Cheetos are going to go ahead and buy it anyway because they have to play the new zombies, because it could be different this time.
Well, I mean, if we're going to go to that, let's go to the worst spectrum, and that is sports game fans. I'm seriously, like, who the fuck buys Madden? Who the fuck is buying Madden? Come on, dude. Come on.
No, I'm not serious. You know me better.
I was going to say, no, but you're feeding the machine. Those games are always bad, and they always just literally milk the audience for minimal effort and turn it, even on top of that, into a further money-making machine by making it a gambling machine.
I mean, kind of yes and kind of no at the same time. Any game can be used for gambling purposes. You could play a game of Rocket League and say, hey, I'll bet you $20 that I get more goals than you do, and
right, but the way they're doing it is predatory because you get an edge in the game by doing the gambling.
That's just loot boxes.
Right, and
they are by no means the first, nor will they be the last company to do it. Loot boxes are just prevalent throughout gaming completely nowadays. It's an epidemic. It really is. I play a lot of RuneScape myself. I know I'm kind of stuck in like 2007, but still. I play RuneScape because it's fun. I enjoy it. It's got a neat story. It's surprisingly got a lot of lore to it. And I'm a lore junkie myself, so I love that shit. But they introduced microtransactions and loot boxes to the game in like 2010. And people loved it. People hated it. People lost their fucking fortunes on it because they would just buy it constantly. It's the kind of thing where if you have an addictive personality, steer fucking clear.
Right.
Because it will consume your bank. Now, microtransactions in games, I personally am okay with if it's all cosmetic. If it gives no advantage, by all means, have at it. Yeah. CSGO, for instance. CSGO, you can buy skins for your weapons, for your guns, for your knives, all that stuff. People have paid tens of thousands of dollars for like a single knife skin, which is ridiculous. I will admit it's ridiculous, but at the same time, they're well within their rights to do it. If they think it's worth that much, more power to them.
I would just say that's a bit different than what Madden's doing, but I get your point.
Absolutely. Well, I get that too. Yeah, Madden is basically wanting.
They're exploiting.
Yes, they are, but they're going after a demographic. Think of it this way. Madden is taking actual sports, turning it into a video game, but they're also trying to capture another market that nobody's really considered. Fantasy football.
Yeah. But here's another issue that's
fantasy football into a viable video game model.
But the problem, I guess, on top of all of that too, is that they own the rights to literal football. So that's why like NFL 2K isn't like real football. Like they can't possibly have like the same amount of players on the field, or like you can't follow like the NFL specific rules or whatever. It has to be different in some way because NFL has a specific and exclusive partnership with EA Sports, who makes Madden. And
it's in the game.
And they've made literally billions upon billions of dollars. I'm gonna have to send you some of these every year. Angry Joe, man. He's like a legend on this shit.
I would like to point out that we are not sponsored by EA Sports or EA Games.
Yeah, because we're definitely not going to get sponsored because fuck those guys. But that being said,
if they offered us a sponsorship, I would eat it up like a fucking fat kid at a Chinese buffet. But still,
but that being said,
it is a bit of a problem when they can monetize it and they own all rights to it. But
no other game company
this way
can do that.
Disney.
I'm just saying that no other game company can make an NFL game and can use their actual NFL rules.
Yeah. I mean, you're right, but still,
so that's a monopoly. But then again,
Disney could buy the NFL tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
But money rules the world, not news. But the fact is, you're right. Yes. The way EA Games is doing things, the way ESPN is doing things, the way the NFL is doing things is very wrong. Absolutely. Monopolization of anything is straight up illegal in the United States territories. But if memory serves, EA Games is headquartered in Europe.
Yeah, I didn't realize, I guess, that there was a thing where they're headquartered there or something.
Pretty certain. I'll check real quick.
EA Games.
Electronic Arts Inc. Nope, it's American, based in Redwood City, California. So they are straight up violating the law.
They just don't care.
Andrew Wilson, CEO of Electronic Arts, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Dang you. Will Sasso needs to do a very sarcastic impersonation of that guy.
Andrew Wilson, the CEO of EA, he straight up looks like. No, I'm serious. He looks like the bad guy from the Ghost Rider movie with Nicolas Cage, mixed with a G.I. Joe. Seriously, look him up. Andrew Wilson, businessman.
Andrew Wilson, businessman.
Yeah, he looks like the bad guy, Blackheart from Ghost Rider. Fucked a G.I. Joe.
Andrew Wilson here. Download in high res. Oh, yeah. I don't want this picture. No.
You don't want that picture?
I don't want that. I want to see a open image in new tab. Oh, thanks. Let's do... He's kind of a weird looking guy. He looks
He's a kind of
mannequin-esque. Very mannequin-esque.
Yeah, and that's a bad thing. If he looks like a puppet, maybe he is a puppet for the corporations. The corporations, man.
Oh, look at this. This picture's intense.
Oh, no.
Jeez,
I get
man,
apprehensive whenever you find anything on the internet. Just saying.
Tone it the fuck down, bro.
Oh, God.
Seriously?
Go back to that picture real quick. Go back to that picture. He's like, what? That one, seriously, it's like Joel Osteen has been taking steroids for a few months.
This is an unappealing picture of him.
He's just like, the fuck? Who are these people that are worth less than $100 million walking on my lawn? Oh, they're my gardeners. That's right.
You wouldn't know, but that's him full on smiling.
Yeah. Seems about right. Which, by the way, I saw recently a video of a guy with Joel Osteen on the street somewhere in California or something.
I saw that.
He, like, gives him a hug. He's like, "Hey, let me get a selfie." No, you're a real piece of shit, right? And then Joel just kind of smiles and laughs and walks away. I mean, Joel Osteen is a piece of shit. Just saying.
I agree. And in fact,
bring up that video.
I'm going to bring it up because that's
it's gold. It's just straight gold.
Where is this? Come on. I know I've seen it.
Joel Osteen, piece of shit.
Okay, gets pressed by
click the third one down. Click the third one down. That's Ray William Johnson. I fucking love that guy. That's the video.
I know.
It's just him presenting it.
I just wanted here we go. This is the original video here.
Okay, yeah, there you go. That one.
Here's the original video right here.
Keep with Joel Osteen. Hey man, you know you're a piece of shit, right? You know, right? Right? Come on, yeah, you know. You know, right? Yeah. Yeah, you know.
You know.
Yeah, you know.
You know.
You know. You know. I mean,
that's awesome.
That guy's gonna show up dead under mysterious circumstances inside a week. Just saying. That's the power of Christ.
The power of Christ compels you
to give me money.
Money, 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 money. Well, we've had a few talks about some things and stuffs. We got to see Joel Osteen get cussed out.
Well, he didn't really get cussed out. He just got pointed out for the person that he is.
Yeah, I suppose so.
He didn't seem to hate the fact that somebody pointed it out. Maybe he's just having a giggle on the inside about it. But in reality, he was that giggle that he did, he was signaling the snipers.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to check out for that guy's safety.
Yeah, I would say so. Who runs the page?
Let's see. It just says Tom.
Tom? That guy actually kind of looks like Tom from MySpace.
It says really weird here. Functions of Foreskin. Okay, we got to bring this back up. Hold on. This is maybe not NF.
Hold on. What?
I don't know if we can even show this, but
Why wouldn't we be able to?
Okay, I have to zoom in. What the fuck is going on right now?
We click onto a video of Joel Osteen getting called a piece of shit by a passerby, and suddenly it says what the foreskin does?
Protective cover like a glove. It protects from abrasion, chafing, the elements.
We were just talking about a dick spear a while ago.
Okay. Jeez.
Just say penis.
Whatever.
It protects the penis from abrasion, chafing, the elements, and helps regulate temperature. It keeps the glands moist.
The glands.
Moist. By the way, I figured out the male equivalent to the word moist.
Oh my. So as it's meant to exist as mucosal tissue, like the inner mouth.
Inner mouth. Disgusting. But do you want to know what the male equivalent to moist is?
What's that?
Throb.
It doesn't have the same effect for me.
Throb.
Maybe we're cringing some other people out in the audience. Like speaking of which, I mean,
blood flow.
Blood flow. Yeah, I mean, foreskin houses a rich network of 3-foot veins, arteries, and capillaries, keeping penile function in top shape.
Yeah. Now, I want to point something out to you, Jason. We've known each other for what, 3.5 years, something like that?
I don't know, somewhere in there.
Yeah. We met at a call center selling cable.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about dicks. At 9:42 p.m., we're talking about dicks.
It happens.
And we met selling cable to people who didn't want it.
Yeah.
Either way.
I mean,
lubricant. Wait. Go all the way to the bottom.
Would you say that we have? Hold on. Would you say that we might have specialized nerves?
Absolutely. Specialized nerves. I'm all about it, but I am circumcised. I don't have a foreskin, so I get none of these.
A sphincter barrier?
Sphincter barrier. That's what I was looking at, the sphincter barrier.
Okay, that makes sense.
That sounds like the special power of one of the sidekicks in an anime. Sphincter barrier! And then, like, a giant wall of buttholes just kind of comes up in front of him.
Oh, have you ever seen the butthole cake? You got to see this, man. Hold on.
All right.
Let me bring it over here.
Before we get off the topic of, okay, I've seen that. Yeah. That was an accidental happening. If somebody had actually sculpted a cake to look like a butthole, that would be okay. Stop it. No, just stop it right now. Okay. I want that cake. I genuinely want that cake. Have you seen the original Bitter Films cartoons?
No, I have not.
Go to YouTube right this instant, right now. Right now.
All right. What is it?
It's just YouTube. Just type in Bitter Films, one word, rejected. Yep. And that's it. First one. Okay, pause it real quick. Okay, I'm just gonna give you a little background. An animator named Don Hertzfeld was commissioned by a couple of companies, including Disney and Pixar, if I remember properly, to do some animations for some commercials. And these are some of the cartoons that he sent them as auditions, basically.
Okay.
So I think that might be explained in the video, but I'm not sure.
Let's give it a try.
Yeah. You'll love this shit. It's gross out humor at its core. There it is. There we go. Family Learning Channel. One of my favorite cartoons from when I was younger. Just saying. I watched this all the time.
Okay, we're getting close to...
My spoon is too big.
It's Dick Spear.
My spoon is too big. My spoon is too big.
Get that on a t-shirt, by the way.
I am a banana.
Just wait for it. It starts off pretty benign, but just wait for it.
Tuesday's coming. Did you bring your coat? I live in a giant bucket.
Kind of reminds me of salad fingers.
A little bit. This came out in an era similar to when Salad Fingers came out. Maybe a little later, not sure.
Oh!
Yep.
You're watching the Family Learning Channel. And now, angry ticks fire out of my nipples. Say, do you want to go see a movie? I'm feeling fat and sassy. Do you?
Johnson and Mills Corporation also got a hold of them. I guess I was wrong about Disney Pixar, but still, the idea remains the same. No, with more
Sweet
sodium.
Jesus. Oh.
Queen of France.
I am the Queen of France.
All right.
No,
I'm just saying, I have now seen it all.
Just wait for it. Wait till you see the my anus is bleeding thing. Excuse me. I mean, if you wanna go ahead and call it for now, then that's fine. But just saying, at some point, watch the my anus is bleeding bit. It is fucking funny. It is just funny. It really is.
It really reminds me of Salad Fingers. Like the characters. Their eyes even look specifically like the Salad Fingers eyeballs. So I'm kind of wondering if there was maybe some of the same team that worked on both of those.
I think Don Hertzfeldt was American, but I know the guy who created Salad Fingers was English. David Firth was his name.
Okay.
Salad Fingers, July 1st, 2004 was the first episode. This was released before Salad Fingers.
Okay.
Long before Salad Fingers, by about 5 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any closing comments, sir?
Wash your balls, you dirty old bastards.
Agreed.
Just saying.
And I have one quick thing to say. If this is content that you like,
do so.
Please jump on that subscribe button. Share it with your friends. Get the word out there.
Don't jump on it. Don't jump on it. That would break your computer. Yeah.
Yeah. Or your phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or any other device that you're working on.
Tap it.
A experimental Google Glass.
If anybody still has one of those, I would imagine it'd be worth a lot of money.
Probably. So don't stomp on that.
Yeah, don't.
Especially.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But until next time, see you.